man.
Do you remember The Night Stalker?
Richard Ramirez. Yeah.
No, the TV show with Darren McGavin. It was on in 1975, so it's before your time. But it was the inspiration for the X-Files.
Okay.
Darren McGavin played a reporter named Carl Kolchak, and every week he chased the monster.
Right.
It was a huge show.
This is different than the guy who chased the Hulk around.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. It was called The Night Stalker. There it is. So that was my favorite show when I was a kid.
Right.
Like that I loved that show so much. And the guy that I'm blanking, the guy that created The Sopranos, David Chase.
Yes.
It was his first job.
Oh.
Writing on The Sopranos was his first job. So we're walking into the Emmys with David Chase because I'm with the HBO group because I'm just Mr. Nagel at that point. And I'm talking, and David Chase is at the height of his career. You know, Sopranos is in its peak, and they're at the Emmys. And I'm walking with him, and I say, I'm going to tell you this, and I wouldn't say it, but it's the truth. I was watching The Night Stalker last night, and I wasn't sure if he was going to go like, "Oh my God, that show," but he turned to me and he went, "Does it hold up?" Like you can see immediately.
He was so excited.
Such a writer. Is it still good? Does it hold up? Yeah. You always talk to people when you meet famous people. Ask them about the thing they never get asked about.
Right.
And that way they'll talk to you.
It's interesting because over the years, like I always tell these guys, like I'm pretty decent on Jeopardy when it comes to pop culture stuff because I remember everything.
Yeah.
And that's why I remember watching you on Dennis Miller's show like it was yesterday.
Right.
It sticks out in my
head. As far
head.
as I know, it was.
Yeah. But seriously, that is a very important key when you're interviewing people is to try and come up with that one thing that they haven't been asked about in a long time. I'm a big horror movie, monster movie, sci-fi fan. Right.
I'm appreciating your Stormtrooper.
Yeah, there you go.
So I'm at a convention, and famous Floridian Rico Browning. Okay. Rico Browning played the creature from the Black Lagoon because he was an expert swimmer, and he could hold his breath for like 2 minutes.
So there you go.
So he was the creature from the Black Lagoon, and he's sitting at this table, and he's bored out of his mind. And they're like, "I love the creature. Thanks, nice to meet you. I love the creature. Thanks, nice to meet you." I also knew because my brain is a landfill of worthless knowledge.
Right.
That he directed the underwater scuba fight in Thunderball, the Bond movie.
Right.
So I get up to him and I go, "How do you direct two opposing groups of scuba teams underwater when nobody can hear you?" And he lit up.
So excited. So excited.
And
Finally.
And then it turned into, "How do I get rid of Rico Brown?"
Now, we have Tampa Comic-Con this week.
Yeah, my friend is working there this week. My friend Patty's working there this week.
So do you do those for Simpsons or?
Here's
mostly?
the weird thing. I perform.
Or Zayas now, right?
I do Galaxy Cons, and I do Dr. Z. That's my friendly agreement with Fox.
Oh, you Dr. Z. Gotcha.
But they've been great about it. I mean, to their credit.
Yeah.
Just been like,
what are they doing with it?
Don't make too much money. I'm like, no problem. But and then I sign of all the stuff that I've done, and I'm not that old, but I started when I was 17, so I did a lot of junk. Seinfeld, Simpsons,
Stiller.
The two out of every 3 autographs is the video game Gex.
Gex, yeah.
That I was the voice of.
Yeah.
It was 3 days.
Yeah.
It was 3 days of my life.
Right. It was a paycheck to you, and it's changing some people's lives.
I mean, I love the character. I wrote all of his jokes. My friend Rob Cohen, who worked with me, and he directs Dr. Z. We shared an office on the Ben Stiller show. He's like my partner. We wrote all the stuff, and but it's one of those things that people grew up with it.
Yeah.
And, yeah. It's the reason so many people love Spaceballs. I get to work with Mel Brooks for a year. That was one of my
on what?
A script that a movie that did not get made, but we wrote it and spent.
Yeah, who cares? You got to hang out with Mel Brooks.
It was great, and he's everything you want him to be.
Yeah, I met him before. He was fantastic.
He's the greatest. Can't say enough good about the guy. But we were talking about Spaceballs. Spaceballs is the only movie he made where he didn't care about. He's not a sci-fi fan,
right?
Or a Star Wars fan.
Yeah.
But the pressure to parody Star Wars was overwhelming.
Yeah.
But a generation, because like they're making a new Spaceballs, because a generation of kids watched Spaceballs before Star Wars. Their parents, when they were 4 and 5 years old, Star Wars was too scary, so they would put in Spaceballs.
Yeah.
And they would watch that. That's how they got into Star Wars. And it's just beloved.
Yeah.
Because it ain't as good as Young Frankenstein or Blazing Saddles, but it's one of those.
It is one of those movies that caught on. Yeah.
It's like The Night Stalker to me. I grew up with it. I love it.
I don't know. I grew up a Knight Rider, and I can't stand that garbage now. I see that stuff on TV.
Knight Rider was a pretty bad.
Yeah. But when I was a kid, Dukes of Hazzard and Knight Rider were the thing.
Great. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Well, Dukes of Hazzard was. Catherine Bach helped a lot of people.
Yeah, helped a lot. Sure did.
The case of the awkward feelings.
When you're at these Comic Cons, you I always look over whenever I go to them and I see Lorenzo Lamas sitting there and nobody's in the Lorenzo Lamas line. How's that just such a sad existence?
Your life is God. I hope I'm not Lorenzo Lamas.
Right. I mean,
and you know what? You
got things that are going on that are relevant now. So
yeah, but you're all just slinging. Robin Williams used to say, "You got to sling that hash."
Yeah.
You just
make that.
What are you doing? Going out making money.
Yep.
I'm going out making money, and I've become. You know who? It's again. You know who's great? Barry Bostwick.
Barry Bostwick's been on the show as well.
As you know,
yes,
he's great. Yeah. Like he is so funny and so on it and so self-aware. And I have had my booth next to Barry a couple of times. He did Dr. Z.
Yeah.
So great. Had an amazing career. Like Barry Bostwick.
But did he have an amazing career or did he have enough things to point to?
No, he was a huge part of the experimental theater scene in New York City in like 1968.
That's different.
He had a career before anybody knew who he was. He was the first Danny Zuko on Broadway
for
in Grease.
He
started that role. He's just had so many. Imagine being a hot dude in the New York theater scene in 1968.
Straight dude.
It's like, you've slept with more women than I've met.
Yeah. Oh, my mom wanted to bang him for so long.
Sure.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because he was in some mini-series or something, and I remember my mother loved him.
Oh, yeah. He was in The Winds of War.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Created by Dan Curtis, who produced The Night Stalker. It's all
coming back together.
So we're sitting there, and Anthony Michael Hall is across the way from us.
Right.
And he's got a good line of people. And then he disappears, and Barry Bostwick goes, I don't think he's coming back.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he is either. I'm going to steal his chair. Because he had a much better chair than we did. So Barry just took his folding chair and
swapped out.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Well, listen, Dana Gould has had a great career, but he's a great stand-up comedian.
But it all leads up to this weekend.
It is. It all comes to Sidesplitters.
Yes. All live, all nude. Did we mention?
Oh, yeah. That would be fantastic.
Not really.
Well,
not really.
You never know. 960.
I'm built like a condom full of walnuts. No one wants to see it.
You're divorced and remarried?
Yeah.
Yeah. How long you been married to the new wife?
Couple years.
Yeah.
So
it's relatively new?
Yeah.
You still like her?
I still like her.
Yeah.
And you learn things.
Like what?
Don't say that.
No,
just think it. No, that's what you learn. That's what you learn.
Yeah.
What if I just thought this and didn't say it?
would be much for radio.
Yeah. My wife. Yeah, my wife. I know we got to go, but I'll.
No, you're good.
My wife. I'm sitting in the house the other day. My wife comes in. She goes, "Honey, I just saw a hummingbird out back. I think we should get a hummingbird feeder."
Yeah.
And I said, "Great." If she came in, she said, "Honey, I've got a great idea. I'm going to tear out your eyeballs with a clam knife." I would have said, "Great."
Yeah. See, but I've been married for a long time, so I relate to that.
Yeah, you learn.
I went the other day. My wife said to me, "What if I?" And I went like this, and she goes, "What?" I go, "Think about the words that you're going to say next. Do I have to be a part of the conversation?"
Sure.
And she goes, "No." I go, "Thank you. I know you're going to ask me something that I have financially. I don't care about it. If it's related to your parents, I don't care about it. Just do whatever you have to do."
There's a great expression that someone said, "Do you want to be right or married?"
Yeah.
And it's not gender specific. It's the same thing for them.
Yes.
It's just like it's like being in a band. You are in a relationship with somebody, and so many people think because of movies that once you're married, it's easy. Oh no.
No.
And it's constant work, and it's also a decision. Are we going to make this work or not?
Yes.
And you can make it work or not.
Or not.
And it's a practical thing.
And then I've always talked about this when
you love each other, but that's
in your case, you were in LA.
I'm in LA.
She was successful. You were successful.
Yeah.
Pretty amicable divorce.
Oh no,
financially.
Great. Well, I see her every day. I live 4 minutes away. We have 3 kids together.
So you're fine.
Yeah. No, we don't have any. It was not that at all.
I've always talked about how I think it would be important to kill my wife rather than get divorced. It would be easier to get out of the relationship.
Oh, sure. Well, just for fun.
I like her. But
Yeah.
if we ever got divorced, it would just be terrible. And I feel like just a little off a mountain would be a lot easier.
I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it to anybody.
Marriage or murder?
Divorce.
Oh, divorce.
Oh,
yeah.
no, murder.
Yeah.
Rarely when you see me on the street,
Right.
usually 9 times out of 10, I'm quietly thinking about a good way to murder somebody. My current favorite is drowning them in the toilet of a cruise ship because it adds insult to the injury. What you're really saying is the sea is too good for you. The toilet will do fine.
That is great. That is great. As a guy who's going on a cruise on Sunday, I will think about this all week.
What cruise are you going on?
One of those Royal Caribbean.
Okay,
get out of town
crew. This is true. The last thing we did before our divorce was we took the kids on a Disney cruise.
I love it. Did you hate it or did you love it?
Put it over the top.
I think that put it over the top. My image of the Disney cruise is just a big boat with just trailing uneaten mac and cheese into the
ocean. I went to Alaska on a Disney cruise. So all my experience was good.
Yeah.
And my kids were little.
Yeah. Well, it's just, again, when your kids are little, life is golden.
Then they have no casino. And if I went on there now with my adult kids and no casino, I would lose my mind.
Yeah. But you see shows and movies and
I'm not going to
take them to
goddamn shows.
You take them to see Frozen.
Yeah. The last thing, I go on these cruises and they like tonight and the show Broadway, the best of Broadway. You got to be kidding me if you think I'm going to that nonsense.
Yeah, it's hard.
Thank God my wife doesn't want to do any of that crap.
I'm not a fan of cruises.
I don't like to. I like to be in one spot, so I'm happy to be on the cruise. I like to just be on the boat.
Yeah, my whole point of the cruise was I want to go up on deck at night, like they did in the Love Boat.
Right.
But you can't because that's when they make up their time, and it's just like going into a wind tunnel.
Yeah. Go see Dana Gould this weekend. He'll be at Sidesplitters 960-1197 or sidesplitterscomedy.com. What are you working on besides Dr. Z? Anything else we need to look out for?
I'm a writer on the show Ted on Peacock, the Seth MacFarlane show of the.
Yeah.
And I've got a film that I wrote that looks like it might get made, and looking to either go back to Ted or another show.
Well,
and I got a podcast called the Dana Gould Hour and a Dr. Z. And
what do you do on your podcast? What do you talk about?
This stuff.
Yeah.
What I do is, I've found a way to do the most work-intensive podcast and not make money.
Yeah.
Which is, I usually do everything the hardest possible way. Same with like, I want a fun side hustle. What if it involved 2.5 hours of prosthetic makeup? That's fun.
Exactly.
And you'll have to travel? Oh, yeah. And pay for his hotel, too? Absolutely. I should it would be cheaper if I just threw money into a shredder.
Right.
I do 2 interviews per show.
Okay.
And then like a half-hour segment about like a deep dive into something that we talk about.
Who are you interviewing?
The next one coming up, I interview Eddie Muller, who is the host of Noir Alley on TCM. We talked about film noir movies.
Yep.
Then I do a half-hour story about the movie Gun Crazy, which is a appreciated film noir that sort of predated Bonnie and Clyde and Wild at Heart and True Romance.
I like you. I think that you're very interesting and very funny. I may stumble across this podcast, but who is listening to you talk about film noir? Other film noir people or everybody?
Do you know Andy Kindler?
Yes, yeah.
Andy nailed me to the wall once and said, "Your target audience is men your age who are you."
Yeah. But you think
I
if you're going to do
a talk show,
if you're going to do a podcast, you want to do it something that you love.
Yeah,
so I get it.
I love movies. I love old movies.
Yeah.
And then the other interview is my friend Catherine Coldiron, who wrote a book about how it's what we were just talking about. How people see things on screen and then they compare them to their life and they feel inadequate because it's not perfect on screen.
Oh, remember when we were kids? That was the thing they used to teach us all the time. That life is not like the Brady Bunch.
Life is not like the Brady Bunch or a movie.
Yeah.
And things that I grew up with, like, if a woman doesn't want to kiss you, don't slap her.
Right.
Kiss you.
Oh, we talked about it. We referenced it this morning. Fonzie. Sometimes no means yes.
Yeah.
That's what Fonzie used to teach us when I had
Fonzie. Yeah. No, Fonzie. James Bond.
Oh,
he did a lot of stuff in Thunderball and Goldfinger. He does a lot of stuff that now would be considered a very serious crime.
Yeah.
It's a license to kill, and that's it.
Thank you for getting up early and coming in here.
Oh,
Appreciate
it's my pleasure.
Have a great
really
time
fun.
at Sidesplitters this weekend. Sidesplitterscomedy.com. Go see Dana Gould. We'll take a quick break. It's the Mike Calta Show. It's 102.5 The Bone.